Center for the Arts Studios, this is your Ashland University Sports Update. I'm Tom Prizeman.
And I'm Kate Siefert. Thanks for tuning in. On Monday, October 5th, Ashland University announced that the men's soccer program would be reinstated to varsity status. The team will start play in the fall of 2016, just 3 years after now-departed athletic director Bill Goldring cut the program. Current AU Athletic Director Al King announced a nationwide search for the next head coach of the team.
AU volleyball extended their winning streak over the weekend to 5 in a row. On Friday night, they swept Lake Superior State, and then on Saturday they had a tough matchup against the Northwood Timberwolves. AUTV 20's Halee Heironimus spoke with Samantha Zuber and Casey Clark to get their feedback from the weekend.
I think we played really well as a team. We dug a lot of balls and our blocks were really well.
All of our middles and even our right sides and left sides, they did a really good job of holding the block and being strong.
Our block kind of fell apart. We were getting touches, but they weren't good enough. And we also fell apart in defense as well.
We kind of got ahead of ourselves. Our energy kind of got down a little bit and our momentum's kind of slowed down.
We needed to keep our energy level high. We kind of just got too lax and played down.
We picked it up a little bit at the end when it was 24-20, I think, and we picked it up and we ended up losing that, but we still got some momentum for the fifth game.
Overall, our offense was really good today, and our defense too.
We have Grand Valley and Ferris next weekend, so they're really tough, and we just got to work on staying consistent. And we can't give up any of those lulls that we had with our momentum because they'll take advantage of us on that. But we just got to stay strong throughout the whole match.
Football is halfway to perfection following a 42-17 thrashing of Malone this weekend. The Eagles find themselves at 5-0 and in the number 9 spot of the latest Division II coaches poll. AU's next challenge to remain undefeated is a road trip to Saginaw Valley State. We sat down with head coach Lee Owens to talk about his team.
We had a great defensive day. Dale Irby had the 2 interceptions, which was outstanding. It's Brandon Jinsey at the linebacker position, played really well. We gave him the game football. He had 29 tackle points, which is really good, really productive for a linebacker. On offense, we continue to have a lot of guys step up and play really well. Adam Shaheen's playing really well at the tight end position. Vance Siddlemeyer's our tailback, has had over 150 yards 3 consecutive weeks. And obviously Travis Tarnowski, our quarterback, has just been outstanding. I think he threw 4 touchdown passes the other day over there. And so, it was great to play the way we did and to get a big win and to go to 5-0 and stay in first place in the conference. We were at home the past 2 weeks before the Malone game against really tough opponents, really good offensive football teams. And I think our defensive team really fed off the energy of the crowd. And the students were there. They were enthusiastic. They were loud. And you could tell those times when our defense started to get tired a little bit, chasing the quarterback around the field. They fed off the energy of being at home and being in the stadium and playing in front of our student body that's been so supportive all year long. You go on the road and that doesn't happen. You got to reach down deep inside and find that energy and that motivation just from one another. You don't get that from a home crowd. So being on the road's a lot tougher. So to play that well on the road's a big deal. It's great that we're recognized as one of the top 10 teams in the country. That's awesome. It speaks really highly of our program and our players, but it's not going to help us get any first downs. It's not going to help us get any stops up there in Saginaw. If anything, it just fires up our opponents more than what they would be fired up to try to beat a top 10 team. So we understand that. We appreciate the recognition, but we know we're going to have to play and earn it every week.
This week on our AU Spotlight, Halee Heironimus sat down with junior outside hitter for the women's volleyball team, Alli Cudwroth.
Thanks, Kate. Today on our AU Spotlight, we have junior volleyball player Alli Cudwroth. Thank you for joining us today, Alli.
Thanks for having me.
You just received your 3rd Player of the Week award from the GLIAC, and you are the only player to receive that award 3 times in one season so far. What an honor that is for you.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to get the honor, not only for myself, but for my teammates. So it's really exciting to start off the season on a good foot.
Now, looking back at last weekend, you guys faced Lake Superior State and Northwood, and Northwood gave you guys a challenge. How do you think the team's overall performance was?
It was an exciting weekend. We took it in 3 from Lake Superior. It was a nice, quick, easy win. And then Northwood was a little bit more challenging, but we took it in 5. It was nice to get 2 more wins under our belt and go into this next weekend on a high note.
And speaking of this weekend, you guys are facing high-ranked teams Grand Valley State and Ferris State, which will give you guys a great challenge. What are you and your team looking forward to?
We're definitely looking forward to the competition. We're excited to get in the gym and show what we can do against those high-ranked teams. They're both ranked in the country, so I'm excited to go out with some more wins.
I'm sure you will do great, and we will hope for some wins from the team.
Thank you.
Back to you, Tom and Kate.
Heading from the volleyball court to the tennis court, the AU women's tennis team struggled this weekend as the Eagles were swept by Saginaw Valley State in Northwood. AU will look to turn it around this weekend against Grand Valley and Ferris State. We talked to head coach Carl Leedy and senior Kendall Stevens about what the team will do to improve.
Our girls played very well that day. Northwood is one of our perennial winners. They've won more in the last 15 years, more titles than anyone in the league. And they're right in the thick of it this year as well.
Northwood, we were all playing really well, but it got cut short because they had already won the match, 5-0. But everybody was playing really well and playing really strong and aggressive.
We played Saginaw, who used to be more toward the bottom of the ladder in the league and now have come on pretty strong.
When we played Saginaw, a lot of us didn't play to the best of our potential, and they were a tough team, but we could have done a lot better. I think 9-0 wasn't a good reflection of how we played.
I'm going to be encouraging the girls to work hard in practice and to be ready and to give their very best for these last 3 matches. And you never can tell what will happen. You know, we do have a senior team pretty much, and so they've got experience and they know these girls, and they can handle themselves okay out there.
I think we all have like the same goal, is just, you know, to play as well as we can, and like hopefully we get these last 2 wins and then we can go to the tournament and just play our best.
Heading over to the links, the AU women's golf team hosted and won the Ashland Invitational. Leading the way was Alli Green. She took top honors, and she was also named GLIAC Player of the Week. While on the men's side, the men traveled to Tiffin, where they finished 3rd.
Now let's move on to women's soccer. They currently have a 9-0 record, and they just defeated Tiffin 1-0 last weekend. Morton Matingle scored the only goal for the team, but it was assisted by Kelsey McKernan. And goalie Courtney Barker, she tallied her 2nd consecutive shutout, making that 3 for her whole season. Next weekend, they're facing Grand Valley State University at home on October 9th.
Heading over to the cross-country course, the AU women's team won the 6K Division II NAIA All-Ohio Championships this weekend, while the men finished 3rd. David Knack and Aubrey Jordan led the way for the Eagle men's team as they will head to Pittsburgh to compete against Carnegie Mellon on October 10th. That's it for this edition of the AU Eagle Sports Update. I'm Tom Prizeman.
And I'm Kate Siefert. Thanks for watching.